Okay, I need to talk about this right now. If you haven't watched the newest episode of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms yet, please click off. Seriously, pause the video and go watch it, because I just finished it. And honestly, I'm still kind of staring blankly at my wall. We knew the trial of seven was coming, we knew it was going to be messy. But seeing it actually play out on screen, seeing the raw panic, and then the aftermath of Baelor Breakspear taking off that helmet, yeah, that's going to stick with me for a really, really long time. Let's just jump right into it. I'm not going to sit here and recap the whole Dunk and Egg backstory. You guys know why we're here. Dunk punched Aegon to save Tansel. Aegon threw a royal tantrum. And suddenly we are dragged into a trial of seven. 7 against 7. Life or death. What this episode nailed right out of the gate was the sheer, suffocating tension leading up to the fight. Usually, in fantasy shows, the hero gearing up for a big duel looks stoic. Maybe they give a cool, inspiring speech to their allies. Not Dunk. Dunk is absolutely terrified. You can see the panic in his eyes for the entire first half of the episode. He's not some legendary swordsman. He's just this massive, awkward, good-hearted kid who did one honorable thing. And now he's realizing that his honor is probably going to get him and 6 other guys brutally killed. And then there's Baelor. When Baelor steps up to be Dunk's 7th man, the shift in the atmosphere on that tourney ground was palpable. It gave me chills. Baelor didn't have to do it. He's the crown prince. But he does it because he knows Aegon is entirely out of control. And what's happening to Dunk is fundamentally wrong. It's this incredibly noble, fist-pumping moment. But as a viewer, your stomach immediately drops. Because if we've learned anything from George R.R. Martin's world, it's that Westeros doesn't reward the good guys. Then we actually get into the fight itself. And here's the thing I loved most about how the director handled this sequence. It wasn't fun. It wasn't a cool, beautifully choreographed sword dance. It was absolute, unglamorous chaos. It was just 14 massive dudes, encased in heavy metal, smashing into each other in the mud. You couldn't even tell who was who half the time, which I think was a highly deliberate choice. It felt claustrophobic. It felt terrifying. The sound design was just brutal. Heavy breathing, the sickening crunch of metal on metal, horses screaming. Watching Dunk during all of this was so incredibly stressful. He's not out there slicing his way through enemies like Jon Snow. He is getting his ass completely handed to him. The show really grounds you in his perspective. You hear the muffled sounds inside his helmet. You feel his exhaustion. You watch his desperate grappling in the dirt with Aegon. Dunk isn't fighting to win some glorious victory. He's fighting to literally just survive the next 5 seconds. He uses his sheer size. He uses his shield as a blunt instrument. He uses his fists. It's a raw, ugly street brawl, disguised as a high-born trial. But obviously, the core of this episode, and what we really need to talk about, is the ending. The fight finishes. Dunk miraculously forces Aegon to yield.
I withdraw my accusation.
Everyone is cheering. The music starts to swell a little bit. You have this split second where you exhale and think, okay, wow, they actually did it. The good guys won, and everybody is safe. And then, Baelor. Look, I knew it was coming, but the way they shot Baelor taking off his helmet, my God, it was so agonizingly quiet. The complete lack of background music made it 10 times worse. There wasn't any dramatic slow motion. There was no grand sweeping final speech about the realm. He just stands there. He says he feels a bit weak. He goes to pull the dented helmet off, and, well, part of his skull goes with it. This part really got me. I genuinely felt sick to my stomach watching it. I've been thinking about why this specific death hits so intensely hard. We've seen so many brutal deaths in this universe. People get burned alive by dragons. Heads get chopped off in front of crowds. We survived the Red Wedding, but Baelor's death feels entirely different. I think it's because it wasn't a murder. It wasn't some grand villain's master plan, or a shocking political betrayal, or an execution. It was an accident. Maekar didn't want to kill his brother. They were on opposite sides of a trial. The melee got muddy and chaotic, and Maekar's mace just caught Baelor in the exact wrong spot. That's it, just a stupid, random, tragic, blunt force accident. The look on Maekar's face when he realizes what he's done is absolutely devastating. You watch this proud, harsh prince just completely crumble from the inside out. There's no bad guy to hate here. There's no one for Dunk to take revenge on. It's just this crushing, hollow tragedy. Baelor died because a low-born hedge knight tried to protect a puppeteer, and a mace swung an inch too far to the left. And the political weight of this consequence is just, it's massive. We really need to acknowledge what Westeros just lost. Baelor wasn't just a prince, he was the prince. He was the hand of the king. He was the heir to the Iron Throne. He was the guy everyone looked at and said, okay, the realm is going to be safe and stable when he takes over. He was competent, he was fair, he was universally respected, and he was decent. And now he's gone. You can already feel the dark shadow this is going to cast over the rest of the Targaryen family. Maekar is going to carry this agonizing guilt for the rest of his life. The royal succession is suddenly incredibly fragile. It feels like a golden age just snapped in half. But I really want to hear what you guys thought about this. Did the Trial of Seven live up to your expectations? How did you react to that final silent scene with Maekar and Baelor? Let me know down in the comments, because I really need to talk about this episode with somebody. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.